flexible on tariffs. What do you mean by that?
Let's make our way out.
Basically, I'll take that. It's fine. We have defense is so important. We need steel. We need aluminum. We're negotiating with Mexico. We're negotiating with Canada and the NAFTA. And depending on whether or not we reach a deal, also very much involved with that is national defense. But if we reach a deal, it's most likely that we won't be charging those two countries the tariffs. We have other countries that are very much involved with us on trade, but also on military and working together with military. And we'll be making a decision as to who they are. We have a very close relationship with Australia. We have a trade surplus with Australia. Great country, long-term partner. We'll be doing something with them. We'll be doing something with some other countries. We're going to be very flexible. At the same time, we have some friends and some enemies where we have been tremendously taken advantage of over the years on trade and on military. If you look at NATO, where Germany pays 1% and we're paying 4.2% of a much bigger GDP. Not fair. So we have a lot of things going on. I think, General, with NATO, because of my involvement, we've taken in $33 billion more. Within the next, I guess, year and a half, they expect to have taken in $33 billion more. And Mr. Stoltenberg, who is running things, is very thankful. He said, it's incredible what's happened since we became involved. And I became involved by complaining because it was not fair. We were spending 85% of the money, and frankly, good for everybody, but it helps them a lot more than it helps us, helps Europe a lot more than it helps us. So, we look at the military equation too. General Mattis, it's very important to him and to me to maintain those great relationships. At the same time, we both want fairness. So we view the trade and we view the military, and to a certain extent, they go hand in hand. Absolutely. And a lot of progress has been made. And, I'm very proud of NATO because with NATO, when you see the kind of money that's pouring in that was never going to come in because people were delinquent, countries were delinquent, they weren't paying, and now they're paying. Not all of them are paying the fair amount. Some owe billions and billions of dollars of money. They owe billions and billions from past years. They haven't paid it, and that's not fair. They want us to protect, and they want us to be a good partner, and then they're delinquent on payment, or they haven't made payments, or they haven't made payments which are fair. So we're looking at all of those things, and we're talking about tremendous, massive amounts of money. But that goes along with trade also, because we're looking at defense, but defense is very much also a part of trade. So we're going to be very flexible. But as an example, with Mexico and Canada, we're going to be throwing NAFTA into the loop. We're negotiating NAFTA right now. I think we're doing quite well. It was always my feeling that I would terminate NAFTA or renegotiate it, one or the other. I guess renegotiating would be easier, but we'll be perhaps coming up with a deal on NAFTA fairly soon, or we will terminate NAFTA and we'll start all over again. Okay? Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Say it?
Sticking with 10 and 25?
Sticking with 10 and 25 initially. I'll have a right to go up or down, depending on the country, and I'll have a right to drop out countries or add countries. We just want fairness, because we have not been treated fairly by other countries. Thank you. Thank you, John. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks, John.
All right, the President of the United States meeting with his cabinet there and speaking to reporters about some of the, not only the accomplishments that he and his administration have achieved over the course of the last year and a few months, but also looking ahead to these tariffs, this announcement that is looming on the tariff decision. And I think the most interesting thing the president said was at the very end there, where he was asked about the percentages and how he's going to apply them. And that may be because so many members of his own party and world leaders have come out and said this is a bad decision. The president saying the 10 and 25% that he originally said as it relates to steel and aluminum, or the other way around, is at his discretion, as are the countries that he will choose to apply them to. Some people suggesting that perhaps Canada, which is probably the biggest exporter of steel to the United States, followed by Mexico, may be excluded, but we don't know.
We don't know, and he mentioned NAFTA, and who knows whether or not that part of this tariff deal will also sort of will play into the NAFTA negotiations. They've been dragging on for many months now. They're really not going anywhere, and perhaps this is a little fuel to get those negotiations going, right?